Welcome back to my channel. Let's clear the energy for the collective. Let's start with it. Right, my divine collective. How is everybody doing? I don't want none of that. So, I hope everybody's had a good week. I know I have. Where do we start, collective? Where do we start? Because you all know these little weirdos are. They just don't learn their lesson. For some of you, they've been ramping up their stalking. Yeah, for some of you it's an emperor, for some of you it's a sewer major, for some of you it's both. How about that? It's both. Yeah. The ones that thought the grass was greener and found out it was full of parasites. For some of you, it's just because they're going through karma. So again, it's not genuine. For the most part, I sense you're not interested anyway, so good for you. Good for you. I don't blame you. They just meant that the same tennis ball that they tried to do to you is now currently their experience. So it's beyond losing a lot. Everything's crashing and burning. Yeah, because you made the right decision. And the fact that you stayed balanced is like you're a prime example. I just sort of gracefulness. Ooh, I like that one. So what do we need to know for the collective spirit, please? Thank you. That was quick. Barely got to shuffling. Oh, come on. Yeah. Some of you, ooh, looky here, looky here, looky here. What's 6 and 4? 10. Completion. You done it. You done it. Sharing the gifts with the Royal 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands celebration. Some of you may seem like you don't have something to celebrate, but I'm not getting it in the sense of, as in like materialistically is what I want to say. It's more so you're celebrating the fact that you're still here, you're still going, you're strong, you're healthy, you're happy, you're healed. And for a lot of you collective, life is looking real good. Real good. Some of you are getting more compliments. Of course, you're going to get the stares, but for the most part, unless there's some words behind it, the stares are, I would say, the demons in people that they haven't healed, or the demons that know you can see them. Because there's a difference between observing someone and literally trying to give them the evil eye. That's what I get. Literally. You can see it clearly. Why is it only when I come on live these weirdos decide to play music? Do you know what it is? It's an interruption purely because they don't want the message to get out. This is how hateful people are. So yeah, we got the 4-1, so continue to celebrate. For some of you, you're going to have a lot more to celebrate. But these weirdos, don't get twisted. They're out there suffering, struggling. And I just heard the worst is yet to come. Ooh. And the weird thing is, you may be mindful of people trying to approach you and ask you certain questions. For some of you, they've either been hiding on fake accounts or they've been sending weirdos towards you to engage in some type of conversation. It's mainly to gauge or get information from you. But for the most part, you kind of see them. So I won't even waste your time giving them the time of day. Definitely. It's literally like you can't really put a price on knowledge. So that's like wealth. For some of you, your wealth is increasing. For some of you, all your paths are open. So there's a lot more opportunities open to you, whatever you choose to do. Now, keep it to yourself because you get some people where you think, I just say a lot of people are just straight backstabbers. People that want to see you doing better than them. You notice. But they will give you a sob story or ask you for your assistance in a sense where they're kind of just using you. I'd say using you because some people call it assistant. It's straight using you because you know is what they want to take from you. They're not giving back. There's no reciprocation in it. Is what I'm getting. This is why for some of you, rightly so, you have a very cutthroat, ruthless cut-off game. These are people that want to ask you certain things because they don't know what you think. These are people that believe they could read your mind. They can't. They can't. So this is like you're reveling in your accomplishments. The fact that you're still alive and you're still healthy and you're still going strong. These are people that, how can I say? Whereas you work off your own energy and your own determination to keep pushing forward. Whereas these people, they rely on codependency to keep themselves going forward for them. So for the most part, I just heard they're stuck in a rut. Stuck in a rut. They ain't getting no help. Yeah, I told you. People are waking up to these individuals. I wouldn't want to say they was accidentally dragged into something because everybody had their own free will. So it is what it is. So you might feel people coming back to this poor ass excuse as for why they did ooh. Confirmation. Look at that. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So they didn't obtain what they wanted to. So for all that work they did to come up against you, where did it get them? Not a pot to piss in or windows to throw it out of. All you've done, collective, honestly, is show clear leadership skills. So these are people that, how can I say, would self-entitle themselves, but yet though, they don't have the substance behind it. So that's like saying, yeah, I'm a leader, but I can only lead if you do the work. So this is people that can't really give orders. How can you lead things or lead people when you can't even lead yourself? Make it make sense. So these people that have zero self-control, like I said, all they do, how they obtain things is through manipulation, deception, and darker means. So these are people that are very lazy. And it's really funny how they like to project that onto others, especially those they're trying to target. When no matter what they've done to try and stop us, it's like we're just dodging it. And that's really pissing them off. But now the question is, let's see how they progress through the same shit they tried to put us through. You do know this is going to be worse, isn't it? So this is people that put shit together. So whether they pay people or they all collectively put money together to have work done towards you, called in a favor for a favor. Like I said, parasites of the same system stay together. It's like they thought they were strength in the amount of deception they all was party to. But funny, it's like these are people that act holier than thou to the public, but behind closed door, they do the dirtiest things. Things you couldn't even fathom is what I'm getting. And for some of them collective, this is what's being exposed. Yeah, it's all coming out. It's all coming out. For some of you, you're owed. Whether it be a creative idea that they stole and monetize on it in some way, shape, or form, they got to give back, whether that's in blood, energy, or compensation, whatever the divine decides. But clearly, we see who holds leadership skills, and it definitely ain't these people. Do you understand? Definitely these people. Yeah. They're this man that you prevailed. Stay in your Queen of Pentacles energy. Yeah, you make the right decision. So again, these are people that I was hoping that by frustrating you and causing you nothing but issues, trying to, so to speak, they wanted to diminish that natural energy you possessed. Do you understand? But even with what you were up against, you still made the right decisions. You still made good decisions. And you just kept it pushing. So I'm kind of sensing that you just made the best of whatever situation was thrown at you, basically. And you definitely didn't take on what didn't belong to you. A lot of these people like to burden others with their own issues or their own insecurities. It's because they can't see shit for themselves, so they want to project that onto you. But yet they're at the same time that old chestnut of, so what are you up to nowadays? Or how's it going? It's been a long time, isn't it? Someone doesn't want me to speak. It's not gonna work, boo-boo. It's not gonna work. You don't have no power over here. The fact that you show yourself that, listen, the same care that you were shown to others that was never reciprocated, now you're giving it to yourself. It's like now all of a sudden people want to act as though they see the beauty of you, or they value your worth or value your opinion. For some of you, you got some people out here that whatever reason why they chose to betray you, they're definitely going to get another chance. So you may as well just dash that straight in the bin. And if you've got any sense collective, do the same. These are fools that, because they've done the same things over and over again, they kind of believe that if they let time pass, that you'd forget about it. For some of them, they was hoping that some of these spores would work and you'd be out of here. Nah, boo. Still going strong. For some of you, these people or Pacific individuals, it's like every time they hear your voice, it enrages them. But my question is, why are you watching? Think about it. Why are you watching? Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Them karmas are getting it. Them karmas are getting it. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Yeah, you're very secure in your own energy. You're secure in your own spirit. So that tells me You're not codependent. So when they want to project their shit, I mean, that's make out like that's who you are. It's clear to see this is who these people are. These are people that cannot keep your name out their mouths. These are also people that it's literally like you live rent free in their minds. Even sleepless nights. So many people are being haunted, is what I'm getting. They're still trying to, excuse me, they're still trying to remember some type of narrative like, oh, you're doing something to them. Excuse me. How, what, when, and where? Because where I'm sitting, you don't even, you're not even acknowledged, let alone having a thought in our mind space. And the fact that you can't manipulate our minds, that's what's really burning you. Because you not being able to manipulate the collector's minds is clearly showing how easily you were to be manipulated. Yeah. So that clearly stands out to me. It screams insecure. Insecure and jealous. They don't like the fact that you care for yourself. They don't like the fact that every time, because I know they're sending people to spy. If they ain't doing it themselves, they're sending people to spy. It's literally like you're all the queens in the deck. In the upright mind. In the upright. The way you ooze confidence, it's like it radiates a room. They hate that. Because for some of you collective, funny enough, these people have been trying to impersonate your characteristics. Do you understand? It's literally like they've gone as far as to like sit in your lives, report on your posts, but yet though regurgitate everything you said. Even how you say things, your facial expressions, your hand gestures, the whole nine yards. Some of you even trying to dress like you. It's nuts. And some people are noticing like, so are you trying to literally be the collective's double twin? Come on now. Let's talk about it. Yeah. You've done this to try and steal someone else's style. Backbiting, I just said. You've been backbiting. Yeah. It's like you try to you hate the fact that we're not only on a voice to discovery. It's literally like a voice to new heights. That you people have stopped at nothing to try and put blockages, try and swear us off our path, trying to block our path, all kinds. But what you wasn't prepared for was everything you were doing was come back to you. And some of you said, yeah, let's just do it one last time. One last time. Why am I hearing that song? One more time. And you still got fucked up. Oh yes, oh yes. One more time. You should have done something wise. You should have made the right decisions. You should have made decisions that benefited yourself, but you didn't. Knowing that by you still doing these dumb things, at some point it's going to come full circle and hit you all at once. I just hope when you least expected it. So that could be currently now or what's on the way. So there's no stopping it. For some of you, whoever you've been paying and getting, for some of you, no, you can't get a refund. Now that's funny. It's not like you've gone downtown and bought items and got a receipt. It doesn't work like that. How can you ask for a refund on spyware? Make it make sense. What I will say is, for some of you, you kind of deserve it. Not kind of, you do. 100% do deserve it. These people, either they was given some type of warning or they saw it in a vision. Do you understand? So whatever lies you told these practitioners, yeah, they did the spell work all right, but they did it for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because, especially when you try to alter somebody's appearance, all you're doing is deteriorating yours even more. So for some of you, you may notice you be getting more compliments where people are noticing your radiance, your glow, especially your glow. I'm hearing, considering these karmic individuals thought that they'd stripped you of everything. So whatever illusions you tried to push out to, how can I say, make the collective believe that once they look at their own reflection, they're not going to like what they see. That doesn't make any sense. From you have inner love and you accept yourself for exactly who you are and exactly how you look, regardless of if you do have insecurities or imperfections, it's going to radiate back to you. Does that make any sense? So, for those of you that were stupid enough to believe that you could do things to affect our appearance just to try and knock our confidence, it had the adverse effect. So, I'm not sure if some of you people are walking around with what's those things? You know, the COVID masks. Yes, the COVID masks. The COVID masks. So I don't know if people's teeth are falling out or if they're getting some type of sores around the mouth. Do you understand? Or if their eyes are looking like tired, like they got like little dark circles. So they're trying to wear a mask to like deflect. So like you're gonna focus on why you got your mouth covered, but not see like the dark circles. But some of you, your skin's bad, you're having breakouts, you're having bumps, that getting worse. For some of you, your hair's falling out. Others are receding hairlines. So if you're trying to affect the collective's hair, damn, if you're trying to affect the collective's hair, yeah, that was a good idea. Some of you are waking up losing clumps of hair, or your hair's like really, really bright. I'm literally seeing like, you know, like when you do this with your hair and it just crumbles, literally. And this is in like the space of overnight. So when you go to bed looking one way and then you wake up and the first thing you notice is, oh shit, I got a pillow full of hair. Yeah, now you know why. It's called a backfire because you're man at our strength. Again, I'm being reminded of comments made. Things like, oh, how come what no matter what we do to you, you come out unfazed, untouched. So think about it, collective. Have you ever heard these kind of off the cuff comments? For some of you, it's your own family members. Now, if it's people that were supposed to be your ride or die, say for instance, yeah, even then that was kind of deliberate. It was in a sense to keep your self-esteem low. For some of you, you're realizing that, and of course, it's painful because you don't treat people like that. But it is what it is. Do you understand? So those of you that would do things like focus on other people's insecurities or imperfections, however which way you want to articulate it, yours are on full display. Yeah, yours on full display. So the fact that you managed to like continue with your how you are passionate about yourself. So many people, oh shit, I just heard someone say I want that old thing back. That's not gonna work. Yeah, this is the Emperor in the reverse. So this is a very evil, bitter individual. And you would have thought an Emperor would be like someone who's like a leader, someone who is very diplomatic in decision making. No, 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 no. Now, even though it was an emperor, it could still be male or female. Just put it where it needs to fit for you. So this is someone that may masquerade as though they make good decisions, or maybe this is how they're being viewed by their own people now. So this is kind of someone that kind of like has a gift of the gab, sorry. But all people have observed is you making reckless decisions, bad choices, and nothing to support the group as a whole. It's always been self-indulged. I kind of like getting like a grandiose energy. Like do what I say, don't do what I do. But what example have you set? You hate being made to look stupid, but yet you've done everything possible to look stupid. So you can't blame nobody but yourself. So now it's like whatever silver tongue gift you had ain't working. I'm literally hearing people are saying I don't want to hear shit you got to say. I could just see people like rolling their eyes. It's literally like you're perpetuating the same narrative, hoping to get a different outcome. So that's kind of standing out now, where before maybe people was under some type of illusion, some type of glamour magic. Psh, that's history. Yeah, that's history. So for you, collective, this is something you peeped a long time ago. hmm Aries energy, so it could be Aries. Probably is, most definitely. In the reverse, so that's a karmic individual. So this is kind of someone that, like I said, then it gave a good talk, but then couldn't back it up. There's no substance behind it. So whoever they gathered at their flock of minions, yeah. And those are people are jumping shit quick. Yeah, new big man. I could have said something like someone's stuttering. Even someone stuttering thinking that they this is a lot more time. Time's been up, boo boo. Let's be clear. Someone stuttering to the point of it's evident that they're not just weak willed, they're spiritually weak. So they're realizing that this is someone that would like have like a I don't know, a stable of minions. The same people you had as flying monkeys, they was the ones you was siphoning energy from. And that made you feel powerful. But yet though, you didn't do the right thing with that energy. It was all I'm getting very like a very self-absorbed, self-indulgent energy to the point where you didn't just put others at risk, you exposed others, if that makes any sense. So now these people are calling you out. You're being hung out to dry. Nobody wants to deal with you. Nobody trusts you. And that's sad. But it is what it is, collective. This could be a parental figure. Yeah, they're mad about your fresh start. Yeah. So by you fully stepping into your fresh start, what did I say? What did I say? Yeah. This is this person. I'll tell you like it is. That's them. Up and down. They're being revealed as the true devil. And it's really funny how it's only when your rituals and the magic you've been paying for, and also the magic you've been trying to do yourself, doesn't work. All of a sudden, the collective's a devil. Oh, they're doing. It's like you're accusing others of doing what you've been doing this whole time. For some of you, you've clocked certain things. Maybe you might have asked this person, and they came up with some. They came up with some wild excuses. For whatever reason, you believed it. But yeah, you're being seen as a true devil. So whilst the collective is in their fresh start, and that means it kind of came out on the side. So that tells me you tried to stop us from walking our own path. How? Because by us walking our own path and sticking to it, It exposed who you truly was, who you've truly always been. You are the devil in disguise. You're the one that can't be trusted. You're also the one that, I'm just going to say it like it is, that has been going around, not just infecting people in your little coven, you've been deliberately infecting people. You do know that that's criminal. When you deliberately have diseases or infections that you know you have, and you deliberately pass it on to others and don't give them the opportunity or the options to decline you, to decline your lustful acts, that's criminal. Personally, collective, I feel it should be straight attempted murder. Do you understand? Not manslaughter or assault, attempted murder. When it comes to things like HIV, AIDS, herpes, what's it about, hepatitis, these are things you can't get rid of. No matter how much you can take medication, still live a fruit fly. The fact of the matter is, you can't get rid of it. So for those of you that are going around, especially people that are being impregnated that are not going to, is it what's it called again when you are antenatal? This is why these females, because they know, so they must know. Why else would you not be going and getting your antenatal checked out? But you're telling everybody how you're pregnant. Make it make sense. So you're not responsible. That shows the highest level of irresponsibility I've ever had the displeasure of observing. And then you got those that thought that you got those that was either acquainted with the collective that got in this mix, believing it would hurt the collective. Do we look hurt? Chat, do we look hurt? Does the collective look hurt? I don't think so. We on fire. Yeah. You're just mad because we won't play your stupid games. And the fact that we could see through you instantly, that should have told. Well, I did tell you something, but you just didn't want to acknowledge it, and that's fine. But let me be very clear: you're damn sure gonna respect it. Period. So yeah, they fought by getting others to jump on their bandwagon, isolate you, come for you, smearing him, all that malarkey, because they know it would have destroyed them. And look at us. You want an autograph? So yeah, you just turned your back on the situation. The fact that we didn't engage, that's what's really pissing you off. Because you know this is how you date people, this is your tactic, this is your MO. And for the most part, yeah. Woo! Yeah. So you may have had some type of, it's in a reverse for you people. Yeah. Do you know what I get from this? Again, your road's over. So I'm kind of sensing that this would have been the reasons why you want to be around people with temperance energy, is because you wanted to try and heal yourself, have some type of intimacy to then pass on these diseases so that then it would fit the narrative that you've been pushing. Because where I'm sitting, my collective ain't infected. No, boo boo. Some of us embrace celibacy, unlike some people. Not that we judge, but it is what it is. But you people like to portray that's how you are. Come on now. And after you're in a sex cult, make it make sense. How do you have a sex cult with no sex? Make it make sense. But that's what you've been doing. You're not responsible, very irresponsible, very reckless. You do very dirty, underhanded thing. And again, I said it before that it's like it's backwards, or you people are backwards because you expect people older to have more sense or more maturity. This is very, you people are like older than a collective. So this is coming up to like OAP status. Let's be for real. That are running around acting like teeny boppers. Let's talk about it. This is why you may be targeting people that are the same age as probably your kids or your grandkids, because they're much easier to manipulate. They've not lived as much life as someone your own age. And that's disgusting. So when you're doing these things to other people, don't think that's not going to come back on you. But oh, let's wait. You're still going to find a way to blame the collective. No, boo boo. So for them, some of you, it says lovers, collective could be family. Family, people in the community, ex partners, ex friends, people you may have worked with, even ex work colleagues. But let's just say one thing. At some point, they was all involved. They was all collaborating. Or they was all brang on board. And I'm not really sensing that anybody really questioned anything, and nobody fact checked. And it's too late to say things like, oh, but you told me X, Y, Z. That doesn't matter. It's your responsibility to fact check. And the fact that you didn't clearly shows that you felt that way anyway. Do you understand? You probably just wanted someone else to say it. Like, you wasn't brave enough to say it off your own chest. You wasn't bold enough. So by someone else saying it, it's like, yes, someone who thinks like me. And you just jumped on in there. For some of you, it was paid. For some of you, I don't know what you did it for. You might have thought you was going to get some type of job position, or maybe some type of title, or maybe be part of it, or some of you want to be part of their little gang because of how it looked on the outside. But you obtain things with stolen energy. Make it make sense. You didn't work for none of these things. You stole, pillaged, and then lied and deceived your way into things and to obtain things that didn't belong to you. So whatever was taken from you, collective, you're gaining that back tenfold. Let me tell you, rightfully so. So let me see what energies you got here in the reverse. Well, I know for a fact that the Emperor is Aries, the Devil is Capricorn, the Wheel of Fortune, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. The Lovers is Gemini and Aquarius again. And there's much more. Whether that be the same signs or different signs, yeah. It's because they wanted your abundance. See, this is what you do. You steal other people's abundance. That's what you've been doing. So whether that be you have like reckless encounters and then ghost the individual, but the ultimate aim is you've been doing it to steal people's energy. And then you all team up together to destroy that person's character or their status, because that's what you're looking at. That's what you're looking for. 2-4. Yeah. You're not obtaining no fulfillment because it's for those that do the work. Like I said, and the first should be last and the last should be first. So maybe there's the people that probably look down their nose at others, maybe acting as though they earned it morally. They didn't. Again, you will know the divine people by the fruits they bear. So now you people have been trying to like re-collaborate and change up your persona or change up your appearance, or maybe trying to do things differently. That doesn't work. You're already marked, you're already cursed. You've already exposed yourself. So you can't take that shit back. So we just been resting with the universe, working with the universe. Resting and embracing our balance. For some of you, this is what you do. You transmit this negative energy and you turn it into positive. You turn it into good. For some of you, that is the energy, that is the essence you possess. This is why these people want you out of here. Because the more you continue forward and the more you're viewed, people are going to be able to differentiate the real from the fake. Again, the world. Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So many people are using you to balance out their own lives. And that is what a female does, especially a divine feminine. That's what we do. We're the ones with the balance. Even though the male's meant to lead, I don't really see any leadership, any real leadership going on. All I see is just pure ego and bravado. Do you understand? Yeah. Now you want to play compromise or want to collaborate. You're not interested. Collaborate with your karmic debt. That's what I say. It's going to come out again on the fence. I kind of getting it was in the reverse, but what I'm saying to that is these people they have no strength, but they was passionate about what they wanted to do towards the collective, the divine collective. Because we know who you work for. So these are people that are or indulge in a lot of addictive behavior, substances. Some of you, they are just flat out junkie. I'm just going to tell it like it is. Do you understand? And they hide behind other people's energy, other people's essence. Do you understand? To not make themselves noticeable. Yeah. And you've been using the moon to hide this shit. So let's see if it comes out. Oh, we'll definitely do a confirmation. One more piece here. Yeah. Yeah. We come to balance the scales. You see, because of what we do, we are justice. Walking justice. Some of you got this. Some of you, do you know what they say? A lot of people, everybody gets a call in, but only a few people answer. So what that tells me, these are people that pretended like, oh, this is their position, and that's been a farce. Because this is really what your position was, disguised as this. Let's have it right. That's really what your position was, disguised as this. Now you've been, I just heard, derobed, dethroned. Oh wow. So you've been exposing your true form is what I'm getting. That's like, how can I say? It's literally like if you're going to like a Halloween party or something like that. Like all rings are real, but you're wearing fake ones. No, if you get what I'm trying to say to you. So it's like the divine is just putting it off because you're fake. And plus the devil's come to collect. Some of you, you do look like a devil. Like you got horns in your head. The only thing that's missing is the tail and the smoke. The only thing that's missing is the tail and the smoke. Stop it. Yeah. For some of you, you actually look like monsters. But in saying that, that's what you wanted for the collective. You wanted the collective to be seen in your true form, but you want other people to see you as the collective. And you even did magic to facilitate this, and that still didn't work. Yeah. So all the two speakers, all the two workers of temperance energy, we're all uniting. Yeah. I think it's sinking in now, isn't it? You gained nothing. So I know a lot of people are thinking, or they're arguing about this, saying, you did all this for nothing. I wasted all this time, wasted all this money. You can't complain about the energy because it's never your energy in the first place. You use other people's energy to do this shit because you have no energy. So I can only imagine some of you are probably in some type of spiritual jail. And that's a spiritual jail of your mind. Ooh. I would want to know what that feels like. Nah, we're good over here. Scorpio energy for the judgment in the reverse. So that gives me either someone is a Scorpio, or a Scorpio in reverse was like the ringleader, or the one that was most passionate about these evil acts she was doing that you're now in grief over. Yeah, you know you fucked up. It is what it is. So there's no destiny swapping. There's no swapping out your energy. There's no more. Somebody's probably been exposed as an impersonator. For some of you, someone tried to live and walk in your identity, and that takes you back to the family you grew up in. That's not actually your family. Let me make that very clear. They play a big part. Oh yeah, they play a big part. What I don't want you to know is the fact of your true identity is what I'm getting. But you woke up to it. This is something you may have always felt. Yeah. Abundance is your birthright. And it's just, for some of you, abundance is your name. Ooh. Some of you could be seeing 99. This is a 999 situation. For them, but it's satisfaction and abundance for the collective. And it's some type of emergency situation. Yeah. Do you know what I get from this collective? Considering you may have had either your resources restricted, whether it be restricted or stolen, you still was able to achieve what you needed to with the little you had. How else could you have done that? When all these people made sure that they kind of wanted to corner you, or to make sure that nobody would assist you, nobody would listen to you, nobody would work with you. And guess what? However long that did work for, you still accomplished your own 10 of Pentacles. But guess what? You did it all on your own. Whereas these people had to team up together to steal Pentacles from others to accumulate anything. Funny that. Yes, it is too late to apologize. But beyond that, what should I say? My collective is way beyond that. Yeah. So this tells me whatever you last tried to do something nefarious and very, malignant and malicious to the collective. These might have no effect because you already released what doesn't serve us. Whereas you're too busy holding on to or trying to hide what you stole, or trying to hold on to this false narrative or this fake image, this fake persona, However it's way it is for you people, yeah, that's you now. That's actually your reality. Again, that's just proving the point of who exactly who you are. It's literally like you was just walking temptation. You believed everything that glitters was gold. And in hindsight, many of you it was a lesson, just like how we had lessons, you had your own lessons. And you failed every time. In fact, I said you failed every lifetime. So some of you've been doing this. And then you've come back this lifetime on the premise of either doing something different or doing better or healing your own bloodline, and you still chose the same bullshit. Yeah, now you're stuck. All right, for eternity. Ooh, eternity. That doesn't sound good to me. I doesn't sound good to me, you know. I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So yeah, my collective, what is our manifesting new ideas? So whilst we're manifesting new ideas, it's literally like, whereas these people are in some type of race, which is dumb. You're trying to race against a collective when you should be racing against a version of yourself. That's vile. That's what you should be worried about. Collective, you're just creating new ideas, manifesting new ideas. Except for this time, you people are not privy to it. Think about the same individuals that you may have shared things with. Now you're realizing that these were the same people that was going behind your back and sabotaging and destroying it. For some of you, they was flat out stealing it from you, but then portraying as though they was the one that created it. Lies. And being exposed. Let me make that very clear. You've been exposed, not you've been exposed. I just heard someone's been, is it demasked or unmasked? You've been unmasked. Someone's finding out that some type of idea that you may have received some type of abundance for, you stole it, evidently. It's clear evidence. Because if you was able to create that idea, how could you couldn't create more along that line, if that makes any sense? So some of you may have been caught either stalking someone or hacking someone or even possibly flat out copying someone else. Yeah, someone got sloppy. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this. There's a lot of talk about this. Oof. For some of you, the talk of the town, and not in a good way either, unfortunately. Yeah, collective. It's like whatever narrative they were trying to push about you that was negative, and people see the truth. Whether that be if they was doing it blatantly or if they was doing it secretly. For me, it's a thing where they never want you to not only see your own potential, they didn't want you to reach your own potential. They never wanted you to be awakened to your true identity or even your destiny, basically. Because we all say that in it. Why were we born? Do you understand? That's where your family come in because they should have nurtured you and told you certain things. They didn't. All they did was lie and keep things from you. Do you understand? They're paying for that too. Don't get it twisted. They're paying for that. Yeah. Because they know you're the true star. You're everything that they pretend to be. But yet they come for you. Make it make sense. So why was they doing this? Jealousy. You know, sometimes it's weird. They say that your path is mapped out already before you even born. Does that make any sense? So your soul decides with the creator what your destiny is gonna be. Or you choose your own destiny, that makes any sense. So if you chose this, what makes you think you can flip flop? Because you're jealous. Make it make sense. You chose this. You was happy to do it before when you never had any repercussions. And now it's not working all of a sudden. You want to backpedal. You want to backtrack. No, 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 boo boo. No, 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 no. You did everything in your power. You've done everything in your power, not just to the collective, to destroy people. Some of you, you're seeing it's the same tactics that you've heard because you're remembering certain things you might have heard it growing up in your childhood. Well, the same way they casted you out, the same way they smeared your name, they've done this to other family members. So you're realizing now, why would they just target that family member for the same thing? If that family member may have been also chosen to be the generational curse breaker, but these demonic family members that chose to stay in the darkness, that chose to embrace the darkness, for whatever reason it is what it is, we ain't judging you on that. That's on you. It's not a burden to carry. They didn't want to be responsible for any of their actions, so they had to stop you or one that came before you. Do you understand? Tear them down, destroy them. And it's funny how they tried to, the same things they did to you, they did that to other family members. When you think about it, got them sectioned, said they was crazy, did spell work on them, would fight and argue about them, they smeared their name and warned you to stay away from them. So they outed them from an early age. And some of you is beginning to see the pattern of it. Do you understand? Some of these family members have never been the same. Some of these family members never made it. The ones that have, they may be getting on in age, but they're verbalizing this. Whereas if you think about it, had that been like 10, 15 years ago, you had to verbalize something like this, that's the first thing people would say. Oh, you're crazy. Once you realize how the world works, or how the universe works, sorry, it is literally evil, good versus evil. Listen, the fact that the governor of this realm is not the creator of the universe, if that makes any sense. But because of the power that they held, not saying I agree with it, that's probably why these people, yeah. Look at that, 6 of Swords to the Chariot. You're moving forward. Red is the root chakra. Purple is the universe. So the universe is assisting you in your forward movement. I'm protecting you too. So you can do anything you want to do. Remember, you have to unlearn all the bullshit that the little bit you was taught. Is what I'm getting. It's only it was your own family that basically made you a target. And the thing about it, had it come from anybody else, they would have accepted it, embraced it. But because it was you, and because they know what they've done, this is why they was fighting against you so much. Yeah. So for your whole life, they've been the ones turning the swords in you and using anything or anyone around you. So some of you even was paying people to be your handler. It's the fact of how much they orchestrated in your life. So the 8 of coins in the upright. So this is telling, yeah, this is you now. You're moving forward. You've done the work. You've cleared your debt. You got nothing to explain to nobody, and that's why they're really pissed. Because you're always coming up with ideas. For some of you, you don't realize that you've assisted a lot of people, regardless if they chose not to acknowledge it. And that includes your own family members. Or I won't say family members, I would say the people you grew up or the family you was raised in. That stole your childhood because orange is your sacral chakra. So this is like Satan, trigger warning, incest. So for some of you, your own family members was molesting you as a child. But they feel that if they do it spiritually, you got to remember anything spiritual comes down into the 5D. It was them. It's what they don't want out. Some of it was it could have been a parental figure. I'm getting uncle, cousin, aunts, cousins. It's like they all wanted a piece. I just shuffled the cards and it came out again. So they had to destroy your willpower, destroy your spirit. I'm hearing they want to break your spirit. So clearly they had to molest you to do so. That's like what they did before you reach a certain age. Your own family did this, and now it's time to pay. Yeah, 4 of Swords. So it's literally like they tried to physically and spiritually break your heart, or they did physically and spiritually break your heart, but they kept perpetuating the same thing until you was aware of it. And even then, of course, it sounds crazy, so you kind of kept it in. But when you did start to ask certain things, and you knew you was being lied to, that's when the divine showed you that, yeah, this is what they did. He made you see what they did. He reminded you of what they did. He showed you. So you got to remember, when you're a child and you're going through certain traumas, especially to this level that you can't verbalize, is what I'm getting. It's like, as well as them doing the spa work, your brain's got a way of trapping that memory so far. And it's also to protect you. That makes any sense. Because think, had you remembered everything straight off the bat, yeah, you may not even be here now, is what I'm getting. But what they tried to break, the creator restored you back to your full self right in front of these people. These are the people that abandoned you. It's like once they thought they'd throw you to the wolves, once they thought you were finished for life, they abandoned you. That was always the plan. Yeah. So that tells me they tried to stop you from ever moving forward in life in any way, shape, or form. So they want to destroy you physically, mentally, and spiritually. All in that order. For some of you, you may have used to suffer from like nightmares. For some of you, you saw certain things in your dreams. You had nightmares about it, and you would actually tell these parental figures. I don't even tell you, disgusting. You're imagining it, and of course, you're a child. You're gonna believe it, because there's no way you want to believe that your own family, your own blood would do this kind of thing. Yeah, they did, and then they all took part in hushing this and sweeping this under the carpet. Because red is your root chakra, which is your feet. So they want to keep you in like continual trauma. That makes any sense. To make sure that you didn't heal. But you did anyway. You rose up from the ashes, collective. And that was the shocker. And it's so funny because I'm seeing red, green, red, green. It's literally like, I don't know if that was a tactic of how they would attack. Do you understand? But I know there's like a certain pattern that they follow that makes any sense because it's worked for so many others. They're going to stick to that. They're going to stick to what works. The only time they will try and change anything is when it gets no effect, when it has no effect. That's what I'm getting. And now that's them. You're going to notice that some of these family members will see you and divert from you. They cannot stand to see you. Yeah. Because you speaking up about what was done, that's your birthright also. Yeah. For some of you, God gave you that gift of expression. For some of you, this may be something that you struggled with growing up because you was always silent. So you was never allowed to speak your mind. It's like they tried to take away your free will of speech. For some of you, they try to what's the word? Discombobulate it is what I want to say. So that anytime you did try to say anything, it would either you would be so emotional that it would come out sounding erratic, or you couldn't put your words together, or you didn't even know the right words to use, basically. Yeah. And now they're paying the price for it. Now they're paying the price for it. Wicked. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Wicked. Yeah, Six of Cups. Confirmation, look at this. Remember, blue is your throat chakra, yeah? So, Emperor, oh shit, Emperor in the reverse. This is a liar. This is a demonic liar. Now, it could still be a female in Emperor energy. So, some of you, you may have had a parental figure that was very, like, aggressive, very, like, masculine. Someone that was always, like, shouting and swearing. Someone that was very vulgar with their words, with their tongue. It's like they got enjoyment at tearing you down. For whatever reasons, that's on them. It's like they felt empowered the more that they could tear you down with their words. But the thing about it is, they didn't do it to everybody, just you. So they tried everything in their power to make you be deemed as like crazy, don't listen to anything they say. Knowing full well you was telling the truth the whole time. They hated that. Because you didn't sugarcoat it, you didn't hide things. You said it like it is. Do you understand? So you was told you would speak the stone cold truth, but they would wrap people up in beautiful lies. Is what I'm getting. Someone's trying to mess with my throat chakra. Or did some type of magic to stop from speaking. You don't have any power over here. You don't have any power or authority over here, people. So if you know what's good for you, crawl back under that rock you came out of. And that's me being nice. Yeah. Now, Violet is. Excuse me, is Violet the origin? Let me just check. I know purple is universal, so that's the universe. Yeah, crown chakra. Yeah, so this is they mess with your mind, deliberately mess with your mind. For some of you had issues with expressing certain things or even speaking. For some of you, you may have been like very, very quiet, very timid. But notice the minute you spoke out, that's when they got more enraged. So they was hoping to keep you silent. So that was all my goal, was to silence you and then take you out. Mm-hmm. So they mess with your mind. So a King of Wands was messing with your mind. Spreading lies, like to keep you like in a impoverished mind state. So that way there was like, they basically wanted no way out kind of thing. Because you got Five of Coins in the reverse. And that's a temporary hardship. So I was hoping by them messing with you mentally and giving you some type of mental anguish or mental hardship, they was praying that you would succumb to this. Because somebody was even doing spell work on you to put you in some type of suicidal state is what I'm getting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and other asses are fighting about it. There's a fights and arguments because blue is your throat. So if someone's arguing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's because they've always been in competition or they saw you as competition. So they had to tear you down in order to make themselves feel better because they knew once you healed, you'd be unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And they didn't want that. It may have taken a bit of time collecting, but better late than never. Is what I say. Better late than never. And for the ones that knew or saw certain things and decided to stay complicit, this is why they've had misfortunes and bad karma through their life because they chose to stay quiet when they should have spoke up. Because regardless of the situation, collective, this is why some of your friends hate you too, because you did exactly that. Do you understand? You didn't do it in a way to be malicious. You made it very clear on where you stand. So, for instance, if they did something that you knew would affect you, and for instance, if their parent asked you for the truth of what happened, you would just tell them the truth. It doesn't matter if you was involved in it or not. You would tell them the truth, and that's what they didn't like. So this is why you was kind of always like abandoned, rejected, isolated. For some of you, ganged up on a lot. But then you found a way. So literally, like you walked through whatever fire it is, you healed whatever wounds you had to heal, as however heavy and hard it was, and they didn't bank on that. Oh no! They all bet against you, and look at you now, unstoppable. Mm-hmm. And because of your position, what you fail to realize is you're assisted by the universe. Does that make any sense? It's like your truth has a frequency to it that hits people differently. Does that make any sense? Yeah. It's like whatever it is, they can feel it in their core. Because that's your solar plex. Do you understand? So that's like they can feel it in their diaphragm. If that makes any sense. Maybe that might have been something you also struggled with, was like things like anxiety. But it was all designed to keep you in a low frequency, if that makes any sense. So by you not speaking up, it's basically like, as bad as it is, it's like you're making yourself complicit in the abuse they're perpetrating on you too. But they push you to a point where you have no choice but to speak up. Do you understand? Everybody has their breaking point, and enough is enough. Do you understand? They went above and beyond to destroy you as a person, inside out. And it started with the incestuous molestation as a child. Fact check that. Three of Wands. Yeah, you made it. I will say you made it. And you notice when I say certain things, it's like people jump off. So that tells me it's the same people that was your perpetrators, your abusers, your own family member, the family, not your family members, the family you was raised into. Yeah, they're the perpetrators. They was your first abusers. You set yourself free. That's you getting in the chariot saying, nah. You had a choice in it. Either stay and continue to endure the abuse, and they would have taken you up because that was the goal. For some people, you're seeing, you're remembering that was the, how can I say, that was the path of family members that came before you. Although they lied to you about these things, you got to remember, God will do things to you in specific ways. Do you understand? So when you ask certain questions and the shit don't add up, you knew that they was lying, but how can you force me to tell the truth? But you knew everything done in the dark comes to life. Comes to the light, sorry. Everything they've done in the dark for your life. Oh shit, so everything they've been doing has been brought back to life. Oh damn. So this could go back to things they did before you was born, collective. Oh. Oh. Mm-mm. Yeah. One thing I will say is, because you didn't let it destroy you, or you didn't let these people destroy you, you have the strength and the courage to stand alone. They really wanted you to be codependent, like they made everybody else. Not anymore. You've never been that type of person. You've always been a force to be reckoned with. Just like you've always been a fighter. These are people that's meant to love you. What are the people that may want to try and say now that, oh, you did it out of love? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did it out of straight ego and jealousy. So even these cousins that was involved, these siblings, these parental figures, some of them are not here. Some of them are protecting. They can protect you more from the spirit, but it's not the point. It's like their demise was perpetuated. Someone had a hand in it, so it wasn't natural. This is another why they wanted to be quiet, because they know what they stole. They know why they stole these things. So when you think about it, all these, and it's like that in everybody's family. This is what they do. Think about the family members that all of a sudden are here 1 minute and then they all got sick, and it's like you'll see the same pattern following. They all had the same illness. It happened around the same time, so they run about the same ages. Do you understand? And then when these people passed, some of you was kept from saying goodbye, or you wasn't told about their funeral, so things was kept from you for this reason. For some of you, it's because they had policies on these people's heads, so they never even respected their elders. Last will and testimony is what I'm getting. So I'm seeing a lot of fraud, a lot of forgery, a lot of theft as well. Identity theft. But they knew you had the heart of a warrior. So the ones that they took out, believe you me, collective, they're protecting you fiercely from the spiritual realm. They don't play about you, you know. Hey, they don't play about you. Yeah, they're fighting for you tooth and nail. So you got family members that actually took out their own parents. And it's funny because now karma's in full effect. The same way they took out these family members will be their same fate. Worse. Clock that to you. Yeah. So they try to siphon love from you. because they never had love themselves. Why? Because they chose not to heal. They chose to hold on to animosity, hate, resentfulness. Regardless if they went through the same things too, why would you want to perpetuate that on a younger family member? They was all complicit because they all knew you was a sacrificial lamb. This is why they never wanted you to have any type of growth. This is why for some of you they lied to you. For some of you, they even kept who your biological parents are. That's also going to come up. So I suggest if that's your situation, get your DNA tested. I strongly advise that. But some of you, you're going to find out that you're from a totally different bloodline to the one you was raised in. Make it make sense. You are from a totally different bloodline to the one you was raised in. Exactly. Yeah, this is judgment. This is judgment. Whilst you walk into your happy ever after, in fact, for some of you, you're already in your happy ever after. You made that choice. And these people stopped at nothing to stop you, block you, destroy you, take you out. Yeah. And the fact that they've been doing this for so long, shame on them. You're going to find out that some of your family members were cult affiliated, are cult affiliated. Like I said, they use religion to control people. They use religion to trap people in their covenant and use them as an energy source. Oh, yeah. And it's really funny because you know what I also was seeing as well? There's a specific one, the Church of Latter-day Saints. I keep seeing things about them, and then lo and behold, yesterday, yeah. Now imagine, how do these people get my phone number? I've changed my phone number, man. And these people keep trying to, what's the word? Correspond with me. Now, if someone's already declined your offer, why are you still consistently trying to draw that person in? You ain't getting me in your covenant. Sorry. So I'm telling you now, if in the chat, back up and leave me alone. And then all of a sudden, there's a lot of shit coming out about these individuals. What Church of Latter-day Saints go to people's house and knock on the doors at 1 o'clock in the morning? What kind of bullshit is that? Someone actually made a video about that. I was shocked to see that. Because they tried that shit with me, I think it was either a year or 2 years ago. And I think it was a Friday or a Saturday. And it was like super early. This is why I was a bit shocked, like, huh? Not even like after, I would say, like basic hours. This was early, like. And the madness about it is, I'm glad they can't just gain entry. Do you understand? But it was ringing off my buzzer. And I called up from the balcony, and they didn't want me to see who they was. I said that was a red flag. I'm not stupid. But they were trying to act as though they was alone. But yet, though, I could clearly hear. I can hear here. You understand? Clairaudient. I can hear here. And I can hear someone whispering. Someone was whispering to someone else. So when I've answered the buzzer, they was offering to come inside and pray for me. For what? Like I'm that stupid? No. So I made it very clear. I'm not interested. And don't ever ring my buzzer again. Thank you. And that was a couple of years ago, I believe. And then since that, they've been on my phone. I approached them in time, told them I'm not interested. But then to see someone else on this app specifically make a video, how many more confirmations do you need? Why? Because you people know what's going down for you, so you're desperate. You're just for another sacrifice, and it ain't gonna be me. All right. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Point blank period. So yeah, that's what these winners have been up to. And this is why they're trying to, you see, even like with their advertising, it is, even their advertising, when you see the little ad that they're doing, it just seems really rehearsed and real fake, if that makes any sense. Just like the time where I seen one of them that was, what did they say again? I must have just said, oh, I've always wanted to be baptized. And then this person was like, yeah, we do that too. So I was like, okay, can I like arrange a time to, I said like, well, where's your church? Let me see a flyer, like, where's it to? What is it all about? And this is before I actually had my spiritual awakening. And my interest was going off the Richter scale because something just didn't feel right. And as I said that, yeah, tell me why this individual started physically shaking. No, I acted like I wasn't paying no attention to it, yeah, because he had the Bible in the hand, didn't it? But it got to the point where the more we carried on speaking, it's the worse the shaking got. And I thought to myself, are you okay? Like, I thought it was going to have some type of seizure or something, yeah. I thought it was like some type of medical issue. So I asked her, like, do you have any like medical problems? And he was like, no. So now I have to say, like, well, why are you shaking? So I made me think to myself, you're just out here doing the devil's work. So when I asked where this place was, yeah, this person went to me, and this person still goes into town. Do you understand? It's still in there doing the same shit. But now when I see them, they act like they don't recognize me. You know, I can see straight through you. Period. To the point of they even tried to get their friend on the phone. They was going, yeah, and my best friend is black. Who says that? It's like they were trying their best to try and sell me this false dream or this false event. Well, when I asked exactly where this is to, so I'm expecting them to tell me about where their church is. Oh, no, collective. Do you know where this person was trying to tell me? Their home? Make it make sense. Their home, you know? And then they said, oh, I've done over 100 baptisms at their home. Who told them to say that? I said, really? Show me. They couldn't. They could only show me one. How? If you film all the events, yeah, for like your catalog, so say, how can you show me only one? So to me now, that was some type of trap, some type of staged video that it took to get you to believe their bullshit. But it's not at a church. So why would I believe that? Number the third mistake was this person said, oh, I couldn't like pre-book an arrangement to come and view it first. I had to come with them right now. Make it make sense. Oh, hell no. You fucked yourself at that one. And it's not in the actual, it's not at your actual church. Make it make sense. And you've only got one video that you can show me as evidence, but you've done over 100. If that was the case and you really want people, and you really want to bring people back to God, yeah, you would have videoed all of them, rightly? Exactly. I knew from that he was full of shit. I knew from that he was full of shit. And then you're shaking. Why are you shaking? Unless you're being deceptive. What are the reasons there for you to be shaking? Because I wasn't shaking. You understand? I wasn't shaking. Why are you shaking? So I knew from that. So now, and the thing about it is now, this person will see me, but they're act as though they don't recognize me. We had a long, listen, I was stood there for about a good 20 minutes having a conversation, asking this person questions. Questions they couldn't answer. But he worked for God. Then I didn't think to ask him, which God are you talking about? The God of this realm or the creator? Do you understand? So just remember that, collective. Anybody you come to contact with and they try to pull that stunt on you and pretend as though they work for God, ask them which one. Blatantly ask them which one. Nobody thinks about things like this. I do. Ask them which one. The God of this realm or the creator? And watch their body language. And this man started stuttering too. That's how deep it was. At first, he was real confident with his speech. But then after that, and I started asking the right questions that he couldn't answer, this man started stuttering. Thank you. That's what I needed to see. I knew. It's like my inner compass was screaming. But it's like I probably needed to have the interaction to see how far these people will go. Do you understand? At convincing and deceiving people. I remember, my people perish through the lack of knowledge. Yes. And I'm going to leave it there. Do you understand me, collective? You blame me? I declined. I said, all right, then give me your information, yeah? And I'll have a think about it and then I'll get back to you. Why would I go and I don't know you from a hole in the wall? That's when he's like, oh yeah, I got what was it? My best friend's back to start on the phone. He even got this guy on the phone trying to convince me to get in a car with a complete stranger that looked like the green giant of the corn advert. Make it make sense. And then there's going to be two of you. And little old me. Oh, hell no. And thinking back to it now, I believe that was a test. Do you understand? I would have never gone anyway. But the fact that he tried that type of stunt and it was someone that looked unsuspecting, those are always the ones, because it says in it, the devil comes as an angel, the devil presents himself as an angel of light. Until you ask the right questions. Because this person got a Bible in your hand, don't mean shit as far as I'm concerned. Do you understand? Whereas most other people would have believed that. All right. So yeah, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you. You have of course to use innocence because it's the most acceptable to shit, the most acceptable to manipulation. And that's disgusting. This is why I make sure I tell my kids from day dot, ain't falling for that shit. They're gonna ask the right questions, point blank, period. Because I will go to war for mines. Do you understand? To war. I have been to war already. I'm going to war now, so they don't have to go through the shit that I've had to go through. This is why these people are attacking my children or trying to, because they can't get me. You gonna pay. You're already paying. But it's all right. Because that's what you took your free will to do. Do you understand? And our judgment is here. Double time. So yeah, collective. I ain't having a bar of it. It's like they're forgetting I've been through more than most. And they just think because you don't look like it, or they have like a what's the word? They have some type of vision of how someone, or they have a perception of how I should look because they was fully involved in the shit I had to experience. They were just sat back watching like it was like I was on a big screen. What's that movie called again? The Something Show. There's a name for it. The Something Show. Remember there's like this black one with the glasses. What's that program called? You know what I'm on about, innit? The Something Show. Like that. Except for we're the ones being viewed like that. So like we are the big screen basically. And they're watching us in real time. For some of you, they violate your privacy, all of that shit. You understand? This is why I strongly suggest people cover your phones, innit? Front and back cameras, cover them. Yeah. Because they're now trying to affect your mind and your thought pattern and your thought process through some type of frequency. You know? It's supposed to do something to your brain waves. Does that make any sense? Yeah. This is why I went and got some of these, as well as covering my phones. Invest in these guys. I did. And I noticed like what's the word? Sometimes when I either watch or I'm doing my own lives, whatever the case may be, but just using the device in general, yeah, and I'm using it for a period of time. It's like I don't know if anyone else gets this, but you start to get like it's like your ears are being baked, like inside your eardrum, and your mind is being cooked. That's what it feels like. It just heats up all of a sudden out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. To me, is that some type of radiation or some type of frequency, weaponized frequency, basically. Not that they ever admit it, but yeah. If you fact check that, you'll find out yourself. It's a fact. And I've been saying this, if you look back on my videos, I've been saying this since 2023. Yeah, when it was like the shape of like a shield. I've been saying this since 2023. Look back on my posts, whether it be on TikTok or on YouTube. I done said this, but yeah, it's what it is. So yeah. So thank you for the likes and all the shares, and I'm going to enjoy my weekend. So for those of you that